In this video I'm going to show you how I prepare the most useful lunch boxes for my 4 kids for the entire week. First, we'll go to Costco together, buy all the products, and I'll show you how much everything costs. Then at home we'll try on everything and I'll explain why I choose exactly these products. And in the third part I'll actually put together the lunch boxes and explain how each one is beneficial. All of these lunch boxes are very simple, quick to prepare, and they completely replace frozen school lunches. And at the very end of the video I'll show you a set that my kids absolutely love and eat with no leftovers at all. So, of course, I went grocery shopping to my favorite Costco, because that's where you can buy healthy products for a really good price. And here is a little spoiler. All the products we're buying today are not only for lunchbox. We are a big family, so many of these items are also used at home. That's why I buy everything in big packs and large portions. Alright, let's go. The first thing I pick up a chocolate milk, 2% organic. The price is $20 for 24 bottles, which I think is an excellent deal. This pack goes straight into my cart. Next, we are heading to the refrigerator section. I'm buying organic turkey slices, one big pack for $18.69. Inside there are 3 packs of 9 ounces each. This will be our main protein for sandwiches and wraps. Right next to it I grab organic cheese sticks, 24 pieces, 1 ounce each for $11.39. This is such a great snack, and I'll talk more about it later during the unpacking part. I don't stop with just that cheese. I also buy sliced cheese, 32 ounces for $9. These slices are very convenient for sandwiches, and they have one really cool feature that I'll show you when we unpack everything. Since we're already here, I also pick up a ready-made dish with cream cheese. It costs $16, cook very quickly, and it's both tasty and relatively healthy, perfect as a hot main meal. Next is a big box of home-style Eggo waffles. It's a really large box, 72 waffles, and it costs only $10.79. We'll use this not only for lunchbox, but also for regular breakfast at home. And now a new item, mini cheesecakes. We tried them at Costco during a tasting, really liked them, and they were on sale. So of course I'm getting them. This is a $6 discount. The final price is $12.89. And now we are heading to produce. I buy cherry tomatoes for $6.69. And greens, artisan romaine, 5 heads for $5. Blueberries are $4.69, raspberries $4.50, and blackberries $3. This amount is more than enough for us. I also buy green grapes, my kids prefer them, for $6.89. Next, we move on to snacks. Of course, I buy nuts. I take one nut mix for $16.89 and another set with 24 small packs for $14.79, different type of nut mixes. I'll show you during unpacking how great this product really is. In the bakery section, I buy Costco croissant and Indian tandoori naan for $6. They are great for switching and sandwiches. In the drink section, I pick up kombucha, 80 cans for $23. Different flavors and zero sugar. I also buy a gallon of mango nectar for $6. I like to buy different drinks so the kids don't get bored with the same things every day. Their total bill came out to around $300. Now we are heading home to unpack everything. First, let's start unpacking the main products that I bought for the main meals. Let's begin with the waffles. Look how nicely they're packed. 20 waffles in each pack. The packaging is very well thought out. You can take part of the waffles and keep the rest in the same box and store them in the fridge. To prepare them, I just place the waffles on a baking tray and bake them in the oven. Look how golden, crispy. When we eat them at home, I usually just drizzle them with syrup. Next is the sliced cheese. It's packaged very conveniently. There is parchment paper between each slice, so you can easily take one slice at a time. Everything is sealed with a Ziploc, which makes storage super easy. Now let's open the fried dumplings. They come in 2 separate packs. You just bake them in the oven for about 10 minutes and you get a very juicy and flavorful dish. Look, the cream cheese inside literally melts and oozes out. The filling is so rich and tasty. Kids really love this kind of food. Now let's unpack the turkey slices. What I really like is that you can use one portion and freeze the rest for the next week. This pack is enough for sandwiches for the entire week. The slices are thinly cut, very tasty, and a healthier option. They are also stored in a zip bag, which makes it very convenient to keep them in the fridge. Next, are the Indian flatbreads. If you toss them in a toaster, they slightly puff up and create a little pocket inside. You can fill that pocket with turkey, cheese, and other ingredients. That's exactly how we are going to use them as sandwiches. And of course, croissants. They are airy, soft, and fluffy inside. Perfect for a snack or for making sandwiches. Now let's talk about the new items I bought for the first time, mini cheesecakes. These are snacks for kids. After the main meal, every child wants something sweet, so I'll show you each one. The only downside is that they're a bit sticky, probably because they contain a lot of cottage cheese and cream cheese. They come in 3 flavors: caramel, plain creamy, and strawberry. They are very sweet, soft, and delicate. I'm sure kids will love them. Now let me show you the cheese sticks. They come 4 pieces per pack. What I really like is how easy the packaging is to open. A child can eat it without taking it fully out and without getting messy. And taste-wise, they are just amazing. For snacks, I also bought nuts and unsalted meat. They are whole, clean, and not broken, which I really like. I also want to show you another nut set that I bought. There are 3 different mixes here and each one is different. Mega Omega, high in omega fats, which are great for a growing body. It contains raisins, almonds and cranberries. Antioxidant mix, also very beneficial for kids. It includes blueberries, pecans, walnuts and pieces of dark chocolate. This is actually my kids' favorite mix. High Energy, a mix that gives a lot of energy. It contains almond flakes, cranberries and hazelnuts. A great option for active kids. Now let's move on to drinks. First, the chocolate milk. There are 24 bottles here, which will last us quite a while, for several weeks. Sometimes my kids drink it just on its own after school, so I always buy the full pack. It's organic, very tasty, rich chocolate flavor, and much better than that they serve at school. Both tasty and relatively healthy. We also buy this kombucha pack regularly. There are a lot of cans, and we drink it with the family. Kids take it to school with their lunches. There are 3 flavors in this pack: raspberry lemonade, blueberry, a blueberry tea flavor, peach tea. This one is my kids' favorite. Kombucha is a great probiotic for kids. All 3 flavors have a natural color, they are slightly fizzy and very pleasant to drink, even though they are completely sugar-free. And of course, a big gallon of mango nectar. It has a bright, rich color, very flavorful, tasty and enjoyable. On Monday, I prepared a lunchbox called Sweet Start. It's light, sweet and very loved by my kids. Perfect for a soft start to the school week. I make Viennese waffles and put 2 waffles into each lunchbox. Next, I add cheese sticks, 2 sticks in some lunchboxes and 1 in others. Because my kids are different ages and have different appetites, since waffles are fast carbs and digest quickly, it's important to add fiber and antioxidants. For that, I add a small handful of blackberries and raspberries to each lunchbox. And to finish it off, I add 1 bottle of chocolate milk to each lunchbox. This is why it's a sweet lunchbox. I make it specifically for Monday because Monday are usually hard. It's the start of the school week and this feels like a small treat for the kids. On Tuesday we have energy lunch, a more balanced and filling option that keeps kids full and energized for a long time. I made sandwiches. One of them is on a croissant because my youngest daughter doesn't like regular bread. For the rest, I used homemade whole grain sourdough bread. Inside the sandwiches, I added lettuce, tomato, boiled egg, sliced cheese, and cucumber. For something sweet, I added a peeled mandarin and a handful of blueberries to each lunchbox, extra fiber and vitamins. In the third compartment, I added a high energy nut mix to boost energy. It includes banana chips, cranberries, papaya, pineapple, coconut chips, cashew, and walnuts. For the 2 lunchboxes for my younger kids, I added chocolate milk. For the older kids, I added kombucha. This set is more balanced, keeps kids full for a long time, and provides plenty of vitamins and minerals. For Wednesday, I prepared the warm set with a hot main dish, so kids can have a hearty and comforting lunch at school. On this day, I use semi-prepared fried dumplings with cream cheese. I place them warm into a thermos lunchbox for my youngest child. Each portion is about 4 to 5 dumplings per child. I also add cheese sticks, 1 for some kids, 2 for others. For the older kids, I include the ready-made sauce that comes in the box. In one compartment, I add lettuce for fiber and cherry tomatoes. Kids love them because they're easy to eat. For dessert, I add a mini cheesecake. Each child gets the flavor they like the most. On this day, everyone gets kombucha. I pour it into kids' bottles for the younger ones, and older kids take a full can. You can see approximate nutrition. Overall, this is a very filling set. Lots of protein, not much fiber, but it's hearty, satisfying, and has a slight sweet touch. Kids stay full throughout lunch. Tuesday is French lunch. Cozy, soft, and crunchy thanks to croissants. I use those Costco croissants and make sandwiches with lettuce, turkey, and tomato. Sometimes I also spread cream cheese inside, which makes the sandwich very soft and tender. This is the main dish. As a snack, I add an omega mix, cranberries, mango, roasted almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds. It's a great source of omega fats, so I portion it into a separate compartment in each lunchbox. For dessert, I add green grapes and peeled pomegranate. Everything looks very colorful and appetizing. I also add a bottle of chocolate milk to each lunchbox. And for Friday, I said Favorite Friday, the set my kids absolutely love and always finish completely. I use these Indian flatbreads and make pockets out of them. Inside I add sliced cheese, greens, lettuce, and tomato. It tastes amazing. Kids have a microwave at school, and when they heat this up, it becomes unbelievably delicious. I put one portion into each lunchbox. For fruits, I add blueberries and peeled pomegranate, a small handful for each child. For snacks, I add the antioxidant mix, walnuts, pecans, and dark chocolate. I love this combo because kids enjoy the chocolate, and dark chocolate is known to help the brain work better. For drinks, they get mango nectar. I pour it into bottles and place it next to the lunchboxes. And now you can see approximate nutrition. This set is lower in calories, and these are the lunchboxes that kids usually eat completely with nothing left. Please let me know in the comments which set you liked the most. To finish this video, I want to say that I built all these lunchboxes mainly based on my kids' tastes. These are foods they actually like and will truly eat. Yes, some of them are higher in calories and some are not perfectly balanced. But if you remove extra drinks like chocolate milk or nectar and stick to kombucha or just water, they immediately become lower in calories. You can also always add more fiber. That's a whole different topic. If you're interested, I can make a separate video where I put together the most balanced, healthy lunchboxes for everyday school meals. Still tasty and still fully eaten by kids. Make sure to write in the comments if you'd like to see that. And if this video gets a lot of likes, I'll definitely make it, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum and see you again.